Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Jane Pryne. I am the acting superintendent at Sequim School District, and I am here with Sonja Bittner, Victoria Balint, Darlene Apeland, and Jennifer Maughan to discuss why we are moving to and transitioning to remote learning. It was not an easy decision for any of us to make. In conjunction with the board of directors, the leadership team, we polled some staff and asked our admin team how coronavirus was impacting their buildings. And after gathering all of that information, we decided, because we were having such large impacts in our buildings, not only with our children, but with our adults, we wanted to make sure that we were making a healthy and safe decision for all staff, students, families, and community members. The areas that we looked at when we made this decision were, first of all, the safety and security of our students and staff and families and community. We're also currently experiencing a shortage of substitutes in all areas. And we believe that transitioning to remote learning will allow us the time needed to return our students and staff to quality in-person learning safely when the time is right. We are looking at possibly second semester, which starts the middle to end of January. If the coronavirus cases drop drastically after the winter break, then we'll reconsider bringing students back face-to-face at that time, in-person learning. But it all depends on the virus. So at this time, I would like to pass it over to Victoria Balint, who is our HR director, so she can discuss what the impacts of staffing are.
Thank you, Dr. Pryne. My name is Victoria Balint, and I'm the Director of Human Resources here at Sequim School District. The health and safety of our students and staff is paramount, and as is the quality of the delivery of our educational services. In a typical year, we have a wonderful pool of substitutes who partner with us to deliver educational services to our students, but this year, our pool of substitutes has been diminished, as many of our substitutes would like to wait until COVID-19 is playing a smaller role in our day-to-day lives. So what would typically be a pool of 55 substitute teachers has diminished to really about 5 to 7 that are available each day to cover our absences. And this same dynamic is true for other departments as well. So despite the recruitment efforts of the Human Resources Department, we are struggling to stay ahead of the need. For every potential case of COVID-19 or even symptoms of COVID-19 that are requiring our staff to stay home and to quarantine in order to keep our students and staff safe and to keep our in-school transmissions to zero, it means about 4 or 5 staff members have to stay back so that we're not transmitting COVID-19, which means we have quite a few absences to fill on a day-to-day basis. And there's just this ripple effect that is making it very challenging for us to meet our needs. So try as we might, we are currently unable to meet the needs, and it is affecting the quality of the educational services that we're able to provide our students. Dr. Pryne?
Thank you. And now I would like to talk to Sonja Bittner, who is our registered nurse for the school district, and the impact that this virus has had on the health services department.
Thank you, Dr. Pryne. You know, historically, an important job of health services and of myself has been to see kids during the school day and assess them, and if all possible, redirect them back to class. COVID has wreaked a lot of changes with our world, and one of them was to send health services on a complete 180. Dr. Unthank, the medical director of Clallam County Health and Human Services, has made it very clear to school nurses that we need to err on the side of caution, and that means sending students with even very minor symptoms home. That has actually been quite a challenge for parents and for us in health services. Another thing that has changed a lot this year is that we're following up on every single health concern reported to the school. whether that's through the parent attestations that are being done for their children daily, from staff, from parents over the phone, or even from the students themselves. That means following up on everything from a headache to possible COVID exposure. So right now in the district, we have been keeping track of the students who need to be out based on the flow chart that we're using from Clallam County, whether it's for 10 days due to more significant symptoms or 14 days because of a possible exposure at home or within the community. Right now, the district is up to 97 students district-wide for that. That doesn't mean that there's been an exposure at school, and we're proud of the fact that we have been able to send 6 students home and not have that come about. However, in the last week, our numbers of parents keeping their children home and student reports of illness are going up pretty dramatically, and I think that that's probably also reflective of what we're seeing in our parents and even our staff in their concern for being exposed to COVID. So I do think that this is timely, and I think it will reassure some parents that I've spoken to, and we're in hopes that we will be able to get our students back soon. Thank you.
Thank you. And now I would like to talk to Darlene Apeland, who is our business director, and she will talk to us about transportation and food services and how they're impacted by the absences.
Thank you, Dr. Pryne. All right, well, I am just going to talk about transportation first. And as you know, we are running our buses daily and on all routes, but as we have people out ill and using our subs for transportation, we do not have enough bus drivers to drive all of our routes. And so they're working very hard in transportation, trying to go about combining routes, train drivers, but in this time, we just have a bus driver shortage. Same with food service. So we have several students who are out sick, and also parents of those students that are working at our central kitchen and in our buildings. And so as our students are homesick, the younger ones, their parents also need to be home with them, and this is causing a little bit of a shortage in our food service area also. So I would just like to say that we do have a plan for transportation and food service to be delivered out to our families. Our bus drivers will be delivering meals. It'll be the plan that was in place this fall. And so we'll have several routes that will deliver sack lunches and breakfasts. And we will also have in-person meal pickups at Gray Wolf Elementary and Sequim Middle School on Mondays and Wednesdays for all families. So we hope this works. And if anything needs to be fixed with how we deliver meals out to our families, then we will certainly take a look at this.
Thank you very much. And now I would like to pass it off to Jennifer Maughan, who is our Assistant Superintendent of Teaching and Learning, and she will be talking about remote learning and the opportunities for our students.
Thank you, Dr. Pryne. Hello, everyone. I'm Jennifer Maughan, the Assistant Superintendent. We will be returning to remote learning, and the remote learning that we will return to are the learning plans that we put on our district website in the fall. If you go to our district website, under the tab remote learning, most of all the information that you would need about remote learning will be there. But let's visit there again, and what does that mean for us? So in the fall, Sequim School District adopted Canvas as our K-12 learning management system. So that means students will interact with their teachers, do asynchronous learning, and receive their assignments, and they can turn in their assignments via Canvas. They will be doing their synchronous learning with their teachers via Microsoft Teams. And both of those platforms, asynchronous and synchronous, can be found through the Canvas system. In the fall, we delivered devices to families that were in need. We helped provide internet and hotspots for families in the remote learning environment. So If moving forward you don't have internet, you need a hotspot or you need a device in order for your student to remote learn, please contact either Distance Learning at squimschools.org or call 360-809-4192. And that's it. Thank you, Dr. Pryne.
Thank you, Jennifer. And again, we would just like to say thank you to all of our staff, our students, our families, our community for understanding why we're taking this precautionary step to keep everybody safe and healthy. We also want to wish you a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we are grateful you're part of this district, and we will be having more updates as time goes on. So we want to wish everybody a very safe and healthy holiday. Thank you.